This is the Priority Front Pannier Rack, and it adds a whole new level of versatility to your Priority 600, Continuum, or your Bruiser. And what's so great about a lowrider style rack like this? Well, it's a lot easier to push a heavy load that's down low in the front than it is to have it way up high on your rear rack. So that means if you're commuting, then this is a great option for a commuting bike because it makes the bike much more rideable than having a heavy loaded rear rack. Alternatively, this is a great solution if you want to run 4 panniers. So you can have panniers in the back and in the front for a ton of carrying capacity. The Priority Front Pannier Rack has some really great and useful features, one of which is that you can run a full-size pannier. And not every lowrider style rack allows you to do that. So that helps if you want to run a full-size pannier on the front for extra storage, or if you just want to maximize space across the bike. Another really great feature is this connecting tube that adds a lot of structure to the rack itself. And that means that if you want to just run one pannier up front, you don't have to worry about the rack leaning to one side or feeling unbalanced. Or if you just want to make sure that the rack stays on there really steadily and running 2 front panniers. And there's a decent weight limit on this thing of 15 kilograms or just over 30 pounds. So that means you can get a good amount of weight up front. Also mounted on this connecting bar is a light mount. So you can mount your front light there or a reflector just for a little extra visibility. And being able to move your light there to the very front of the rack means that opens up space on the handlebars for maximum storage when you're touring. This rack fits perfectly on the Continuum Onyx and the Priority 600 right out of the box. Just bolts on along with the front fender. On the Priority Bruiser, it also mounts, but it requires that you run a slightly smaller tire than stock. If you're familiar with using rear panniers on a rear rack, then you know that the bike can handle kind of poorly and feel very tippy if you really load those down. So it can be a real advantage to use front panniers that keep the weight super low. And that is especially noticeable when you're walking the bike or when you're riding it and you have to handle in tight situations and turn the bars quickly. Having the weight low means that you push it more, so you're not struggling all the time to keep the bike upright. And it's a really nice way to distribute the load on your bike. The Priority Front Pannier Rack is an awesome way to expand the capability of your Priority 600, your Continuum Onyx, or your Bruiser if you want to carry more panniers or carry weight in a way that makes the bike easier to ride. So check it out, and if you have any more questions about the rack or whether it works for you, reach out. We're happy to help.